Oh, well, any idea what's wrong?
No, I don't. It seems to be all internal.
Mm-hmm. Well, bring him in, Bill. We'll take a look at him. Be waiting for you.
Doc's giving him a going-over with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah, he's one of the best in the country, pal. You'll find out what's wrong, that's one thing for sure.
Oh, I hope so. Storm getting bad fast.
I'll say he is. That sling they've got him rigged up in is supporting his whole weight.
Yeah, completely lost the use of his legs. Well, what's the answer, Dr. Clem?
I wish I knew.
What? You mean to tell me you can't find out what's wrong, Doc?
That's what I mean to tell you. You're right, Bill. It is something internal, but I can't find a thing wrong with that animal.
Now what do we do?
Yes, Doctor. Now what do we do?
Whatever you do, it got to be soon.
Well, I'm going to X-ray.
Now you're talking sense. Them there ray machines will find it.
Don't get overly optimistic, old-timer. There's some conditions that, well, even X-rays won't find. We'll just have to hope for the best.
How long will it take before we'll know for sure?
Oh, 4 or 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours? He'll be dead by then.
No, there's no immediate cause for alarm. He's lost his power of locomotion, but he'll live for a few days yet.
Now, let's get out of here and let the man work. There's no sense in us standing around here.
You said it, Sonny. We're acting like a bunch of worried parents. Now let's take a walk around and look at the farm. Maybe we'll feel better.
Boy, I never knew 4 or 5 hours could be so long.
You ain't just joking there, young feller. I suppose it'll be 5 instead of 4.
I don't know, old friend.
What are we going to do if the doc can't find out what's wrong by X-ray?
We not worry about next bridge to cross until we come to it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Come on, let's walk around and burn up some more of our worrying.
Hey, here comes the doc.
He seems to be lost deep in thought. He ain't seen us yet.
How'd you make out, Doctor?
Oh, I didn't see you. Oh, it's times like these that make me wonder what we really know. It turns out to be very little, or nothing.
You mean it doesn't look so good for Storm?
No good at all. The X-rays didn't show a thing, other than he was put together correctly at birth.
Jumping catfish! You're supposed to be the best vet in this part of the country and have the best possible equipment here for treating sick animals. You tell us you can't find out what's wrong?
Henry, hold your tongue. This man is only human.
I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right, Henry. I'm just as disturbed as you are that we can't find the answer.
Let's go take a look at our 4-footed friend, shall we?
What are we going to do? Hold his hoof while he dies? We've got a horse in our hands that's dying in his prime of life, and not one of us can do a thing about it. Not a thing.
Bill, I'd say he won't live more than 3 or 4 days in this condition. I'd like your permission to do an autopsy on him after he dies. We can't help him, but we might be able to save other horses with the same sickness.
Dr. Clem, would you mind if I called in another veterinarian?
Why, I don't know. Who is the man?
Jeremiah Sutter, from the village of Many Pines.
Bill, I'm surprised at you. Why, that man isn't a vet. He just calls himself one. Why, he's nothing but a backwoods quack.
That's beside the point. The man's done some remarkable things with sick animals.
Oh, yes, I've heard stories about those, too. If they're fact and not fiction, well, the man's had some pieces of good fortune.
You still haven't answered my question.
I can't. I'll have to talk to my superior.
Will you do that, please?
Well, Bill, I don't know. Don't you think you'd better reconsider...
Dr. Clem, need I remind you that Storm is my horse?
All right. I'll see what I can do.
Boy, how long does it take for that Dr. Clem to ask whoever he's going to ask?
Plenty long time now.
Did you hear about that crazy ranger
Listen,
asking
Henry.
Doc Clem if he could have the old hermit from Many Pines brought in here to look at his horse?
Yeah, he must have holes in his head. Well, the dean would never allow a quack like Jeremiah Sutter to come in here. Some of the students are hot under the collar about it, too.
And they might as well call in an Indian medicine man as call in that guy.
Yeah, you said it. If they let him come, I'm going to do plenty of squawking and right to the dean.
How you like that? They talk like they have hole in head, not us.
Hey, maybe that's Dr. Clem coming now.
Bill, I've talked with the dean, and, well, his answer is no.
Where's the dean's office?
I'll be glad to show you, but I know it won't do any good.
We'll see about that. Let's go.
Dean Rogers, this is Bill Jefferson.
Well, Mr. Jefferson, apparently you feel that your powers of persuasion are greater than Dr. Clem's?
That's beside the point. Why won't you let Jeremiah Sutter come in here and take a look at my horse?
Well, he's an old hermit of the woods, Mr. Jefferson. I don't think that he'd be able to help your horse, and also we'd be the laughing stock of the school.
Dean, my horse is dying. It's almost the same thing to me as if one of my men were in the same situation.
You mean you think more of your horse than you do of your men?
Apparently you haven't got your hearing aid turned up high enough.
I don't wear such a device. My hearing's perfectly normal.
Then you heard what I said before. An animal gets to be a part of you when you live with him day in and day out on the trail and on the range. He's been a faithful friend, always willing to do my bidding. And I'll be hanged by the neck if I'm going to let him die without first exhausting every avenue of help.
That's all very touching. The answer's still no.
I'm sorry to see that your professional jealousy is showing.
What did you say?
Need I repeat it? If you were as big a man as you think you are, you'd be glad to have Quack Sutter grace this campus. Or are you afraid you might learn something from him?
Bill, aren't you getting a little strong?
And how? I know what I'm saying, and I'd say it for any one sick animal.
All right, Mr. Jefferson, bring in Jeremiah Sutter.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
I hope he can help your horse, but I rather doubt it. He probably hasn't read a vet medical journal or book since Hector was a pup.
Now, easy, Storm. Let old Doc here take a look and find out what's wrong.
Why is Doc Sutter spending so much time on Storm's neck?
I don't know, pal.
Dr. Clem,
Yes, sir?
how quick can you send up for surgery?
Oh, 20 minutes?
Would you do that, please?
Yes. Sid, Rick, get the operating gear ready and set up in 20 minutes. Plenty of undergraduates to help you.
Yes, sir. Right away.
Thank you, Doctor.
Have you made a diagnosis, sir?
Yes, I have.
Wonderful. Will Storm recover, Mr. Sutter?
I believe so. There's no reason why he shouldn't. But this will be dangerous surgery.
Well, in the name of common sense, sir, what is your diagnosis?
Yeah, don't keep us hanging in the air so long, Jeremiah.
This animal has an intramuscular tumor, and the tumor is pressing on the spinal column in his neck. If it isn't malignant, he'll be fine as soon as we remove it.
What are the chances of it being malignant?
Very small, Bill. He's a youngster, and I think we've caught it in time.
Thank the Lord.
How did you find it? We couldn't with X-ray.
Out in the backwoods, we don't have X-rays, Doctor. We have to see through our fingertips. Well, there we are, Bill. As soon as that youngster comes out of the anesthetic, he'll stand up on his feet again. His feet and legs will do as his brain orders, and the orders won't be short-stopped by the tumor.
You don't know how much we appreciate what you've done, Jeremiah. I'll find some way to express my thanks. Is the tumor malignant?
No, not in the least. I've had several cases of these fast intramuscular tumors in my time. They're nasty unless you get them quickly enough.
Isn't it wonderful to know that Storm's going to be all right?
You said it, young feller. I kind of tickle all over inside as the joy bubbles bounce around.
I'm plenty happy, too. You do a great operation, Jeremiah. Yeah, that's what I came for. I'll pack my bag and go back home now. The job's done.
Oh, Mr. Sutter.
Oh, Dean Rogers.
I have an apology to make. We've done you a great injustice, sir, and I want to be the first to admit it. Your ability and knowledge are remarkable.
Well, thank you, Dean. But I came merely to do a job.
Bill, who is this man, really?
Jeremiah Sutter, backwoods veterinarian. Really?
Oh, come on, Bill. I know better.
He's right, Doctor. Don't let the fact that I am from the backwoods bother you. Come out sometime and visit my lab and see my library. Us hill country folk keep up to date, too, you know.
You sure do, Jeremiah. The trouble with these fellers is that they think you can't teach an old horse new tricks.
You're right, Stumpy. Sometimes we do feel that an old horse can't be taught new tricks. But I'd say it depends on the horse, whether he wants to learn or not. Say, aren't you glad the Lord worked things out by having Jeremiah Sutter right handy when he was so desperately needed? I am. Well, see you next week for more adventure with
Ranger Bill!
Again. Our program today gives me, Ranger Bill, just a little time to talk to you moms and dads about our adventure stories and why we're on the air. We all know that every time a boy or girl listens to one of our programs, he gets some impression of the Christian life and the character of the people involved. So we must be constantly alert to guard the image that's presented, to make it realistic and truthful, neither setting up false ivory tower heroes for fellas and gals to aspire to, or creating the impression that Christianity is an impossible goal in this day and age. We also try to present Christians as people, something which they are. The faults of a Christian don't have to be glossed over. He's human too. So we try to present to you, the listener, a story that from your point of view is a factual photograph of a way of life, namely the Christian way, and showing individuals living, seeing, understanding this way of life, or maybe missing it completely. Let's all be honest before God so that truth can survive, and our young people will turn out to be the good citizens and real Christians that we want them to be.